Walton.
Wait, hold on 1 second, because when you say Andre, and I'm thinking about that 56, or was it a 57?
57.
It was a 57. Let me tell you where I saw it at. I'm gonna tell you where I could always go see it, at the car wash on King and Lamert.
No, you're lying.
Nope, that's where I saw it at.
No, you didn't.
Why?
Because Martin Luther King at the time of that car didn't exist.
I mean, Santa Barbara, man,
Okay,
whatever,
come on, man. We gonna keep it. We've been 100. We gonna keep it 100.
Yes, sir. Well, Santa Barbara and Lamert.
And Fourth Ave.
Yes, in Fourth Ave.
That's so. Okay.
So
now,
there's no car wash there now, so people have no idea what I'm talking about.
what you talking about? But the ones that do know,
Right.
they can say, "Oh, bro, been there."
Yeah, that's Santa Barbara and Fourth Ave. There was a car wash right there. It was a do-it-yourself hand car wash.
That's right.
Where I could go and see. I could always go see that. It was like a green, wasn't it?
Yellow.
Yellow.
It was at one time. It was all yellow.
All right.
And what happened was, we used to deal with a guy named Fat Michael at Super Deal Auto Body Paint and Body Work on Pico in Vermont. And we would eliminate the old 57 Thunderbirds tops. And we'd go up there and trade them to him for a paint job.
Oh, okay.
For our Chevys. I mean, at the time we didn't know we was getting beat upside the head, but we was getting a free paint job on our nice cars.
Right.
So when he went, he took the car, the police took the back bumper kit off the car. They scratched it up doing so. So Mike said, "Hey, don't worry about it. Bring it back, I'll repaint the car." So when he repainted the car, he didn't like the all yellow, so he took it upon himself and put the white top on it. And that was to change the appearance of the car for the police factor. Because we had officers named Al Pisani. Oh my God.
What would he do? Was he anything like Ron Farmer?
Ron Farmer had nothing on Alan Pisani.
Oh, okay.
Ron Farmer ran accidents.
Right.
Pisani messed with all the men that stole cars and tag cars and motorcycles and boats and everything. And just so happened we fell under his criteria.
Oh, okay.
And, so Andre brought the car home and he's like, "Man, I don't like that white top." I said, "Man, white top look good, dog. Leave that alone. I gotta get a bumper kit. I'm not driving my car till I get a bumper kit." So we found one bumper kit on right down the street from this place right here, in the alley, in the backyard, between McKinley and Avalon. And it was buried in the grass. The car was a photo 57 Chevy. We went in there and we tried to take it off that night and the screws was cracking. I said, "No, we can't do this, bro."
Yeah, y'all can get caught.
So we went to Thrifties. I'm gonna say Manchester and San Pedro was the Thrifties. We stole all the WD-40 we could steal off the shelf. And we went 3 nights in a row and we loaded them nuts and bolts up with that WD-40. The 4th night we went back, you couldn't hear nothing. It was so quiet, I was scared. I was like, "Oh man, something ain't right. We gonna get caught." But the grace of God loves fools and babies. Don't y'all never forget that.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this though, man, because I was a baby fool, man, and I was taught how to go steal. Cause see, I thought that people would go to the gas station and they would pay for their gas and get their gas and go on about their business. But Razor Sharp taught me that we don't go to the gas station and get gas. We go get it out of other people's cars.
Right.
And he had love.
The fuel pump.
He had the water hose.
Right.
He had a water hose. He had a water hose and a gas can.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Man, I'm gonna show you how we get our gas." And so did everybody who low ride steal? Cause we got batteries at night. We got an armature off of a truck. It was a lift gate.
The lift gate. So
Yeah.
let me explain to you. Fellas back in the day know Scary Gary.
Yeah.
Scary Gary's mother and grandmother promoted his low riding.
Okay.
Few other guys out of Compton, parents and grandparents promoted their low riding. For the most part, all of us was car thieves.
Right.
Some better than the others, and some never could get it together because you tell by their cars that they just wasn't as good as thieves as the other ones.
Right.
But the good thieves, we stuck out like sore thumbs. And me, like I said, I got a break in the auto theft game because I was messing with Mercedes-Benz. And everybody thought, how can you steal a Mercedes-Benz? That's $1 million. It's a $2 car. It's a $200,000 car with a $4 ignition in it. The ignition was garbage.
Alright.
You didn't even need a tool to steal the car. You just twist the ignition and the car would start up. All that money people were paying, you just twist the ignition. Literally put your hand on it and twist it and the car would start.
That sound like a Chevy.
Almost the same ignition factor. Now you wasn't putting the screw in the middle of the ignition. That was some case hard shit. You couldn't get nothing past there. But you take the cluster out, twist it to the side, do what you do, and you're gone. Then you have to have a little bit of muscle. You break the steering wheel out, and you get on.
All right.
So I didn't have to steal a lowrider.
Right. All right. So in lowriding, man, shit, what was the main goal, the main objective, man? Was it to tear that shit up? Was it to have a nicer paint than the next man? What was the objective, man?
The competition was who laid the hardest, who flamed the hardest, and who hopped the highest. It's 3 different categories. Everybody wanted to be a lowrider. Most guys wanted to flame. Most guys wanted to hop. Everybody wanted to lowride. So my thing was I had to be cleaner than you because I had to stand out. I wasn't going to be second to nothing.
Right.
I was numero uno. And my cars spoke for themselves. Everything I ever had was always beautiful. Everything. My 65 was the beginning, the turning point. But I learned detail from an older brother named Lowrider. And he showed me everything had to be clean. Everything had to be painted. Everything had to match. Nothing could be unturned. No grease. No, everything had to be clean. You just had to be clean. Water spots on your rims, that's a no-no. Dirt on your white wall, that's a no-no. Move the car up and get the dry spot where you missed it with the armor on. What are you doing?
Right.
Detail. It had to be detailed.
Right.
And then my boy Andre, he was just a natural when it came to hopping. Him and Donald, I don't know where them dudes learned, but like I said, they taught me, Earthquake showed me. All of us was the West Side cats.
What about the dude now, man? There's a dude been around for about 20, 30 years. Hit everybody else switches. Switchman.
Switchman. Derek's a good
Derek,
kid.
yeah.
Derek's a good kid.
He came after you, though. He's younger than me, I think.
Way. Derek used to be a Volkswagen Mazda racer. You know, he used to get into the hot rod thing with the Mazdas and the Volkswagen.
But shit, I was told, though, back in the 70s, man, if you let a man hit your switch, you're going to let him hit your bitch, man.
And
so you hit
you
hit your own switches, man.
You hit your own switches.
You have to learn how to hit the switches, bro. You got to learn that rhythm and just shit. You're going to fuck up if you right and just have somebody at the trunk ready to unplug them solenoids. Right.
And a lot of friends, as you just said, if you let him hit your switch, he was hitting his bitch. Because she figured what I need him for, and he can't do this, but this nigga, everybody looking at this nigga over here.
Right. So is that a message to everybody? Hit your own switches.
Hit your own switches. But you know now you ain't even got to hit the switch. The bros, the caliber of a girl then, the caliber of a girl now. The ladies of then were they had a little more dignity about themselves.
Right.
They were loose, but they wasn't. Some of these girls today are really, really loose.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother video. But let me ask you this, because we talking about hitting switches, and you mentioned the dude named Ernest House.
Ernest
right.
House,
You said, man. Okay, so look, man, he was the first dude I ever seen to be standing outside of his car, not just reaching in, hitting the switch, but he had all kind of contractions and shit that came outside, and then one day he stood outside and had a remote control.
Remote control.
Man, talk about Ernest, man.
Now Ernest House was not the inventor of the remote control. Terry the robot on Exposition right off of 2nd Avenue, I believe Terry's house was back there. He had a 5960 Pontiac Bonneville, the robot. That car was truly a robot car. Touch this, the record player come out, touch that.
You said a record player.
The record player.
Man, that's some old shit, man.
The bar. Everything. VCR, VHS, everything came out. And it was just a state-of-the-art car. Now, had Terry lived and finished the Galaxy, the Galaxy had no steering wheel in it. It was all remote control steering. And when I say that car had wiring in it that did everything known to mankind, you could voice command the car and it would lay.
And what year was that?
That was just in the late 90s.
Right, okay.
Early 2000 when Terry passed.
All right, because I thought that was Ernest, man. I thought Ernest had the first. I never seen that.
Donald Roden, I forget his alarm company, what it was back then, but Donald and Ernest, they put that together on a board after the fact that Terry had did his already.
Okay.
Because Terry could be way in the corner of the sports arena, and people looking at the car, and the car going up and down, and doors opening and closing, and they're like, "Hey, wait, this car is possessed." And he walk up laughing. He got the little box in his hand, and he working everything. I said, "Boy, you crazy."
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. So, man, what I'm going to have to do, man, I'm going to have to go on to your house, man. I'm going to call on you, and we're going to pull out some of these pictures, man, and we're going to do a part 3, man.
I'm going to pull out pictures for you, too.
Yes, sir, man. So
I
we can
got
see
pictures.
some.
A lot of people don't know that before the Mustang and the Snooty Fox were built, the LA Superiors gave a car show in both of those dirt lots. We shut Western down.
I can't even remember what the fuck was there before the Mustang.
Dirt lots.
Yeah, I can't remember the dirt lots, even though I
Well,
born and raised in L.A.
There
Went to
was
school
car lots.
on
There was
Western.
car lots there on Western before they did that.
Okay.
And then Bank of America came,
I remember Bank of America.
and then Rouse took their warehouse off of the lot where the Snooty is and compact the store a little closer in.
Okay.
Yeah, but I got pictures right here of that day.
Yeah, so I mean that's a
So I
bit
have
of
to get you over to the house where we can.
that's a bit of history right there for people not even knowing that Rouse had a warehouse back there and dirt lots for the car lots and all that.
See that right there?
Oh yeah, that's Andres.
That's
right
Mr. Gentry.
there. Yeah, and like you say, it was not on King Boulevard. That was on Santa Barbara. But that looked like a parade right
That
there.
was, we was on Western at the car show.
Oh, okay.
That's where I was taking the Snooty Fox that day.
Yeah.
And let me see if I can pull something else up for you right quick. And see right here, that's me and my whole blood car right there.
All right, hold on, we gonna see this. I'm gonna put it down and see if we can see who the Bloods are on this picture here. Well, first of all, that's a convertible 4, right? That's a
Yeah.
convertible 4. Somebody got on all red right there. I can't see who it is.
That's either Randy or Ronald Williams. And
Yeah, it's too blurry. I can't see it, but
okay.
where they from?
There was they were off Roland Curtis, and they named it Roland Curtis, and
Okay, yeah. So that we call that the Fruit Town.
Fruit Town,
Brams,
right?
yeah.
Nookie, and let me tell you about that right there. Nookie and I never had a problem ourselves, but our neighborhoods.
So you know Bobby Jr. too, then?
I know Bobby. Yeah, very dear friend.
Yeah.
And Nookie and I were always clashing because my friend Maurice, he was OG Crip, Westside Crip, and him and Nookie, they came to our park, Mosswell Park one day, and they had a foot race. Nookie was beat, then he wanted to fight. Him and Maurice get into it, Maurice get the best of him. They go back over there, they come back, shoot Maurice's mother house up. Maurice go over there on Catalina and shoot up Nicky Mother house. I'm like, man, come on, behind
Competition and foot
Westside
race.
Crip, and this is Fruit Town. Brim. So I hit Tehachapi in 1985. My friend David Delgado from 38th Street. He said, hey, holla. I said, yeah. He said, you know Nookie? And I started sweating. I was like, don't tell me he up here. He said, yeah, he want to talk to you. I said, man, you know, Nookie of Blood, ain't too much we can say to you. He said, no, he said, that's behind y'all. So we went over to the library, we sat down. He said, hey, brother-in-law, what's happening? I said, brother-in-law? He said, man, you know, your little brother and my sister Autumn got a little
Oh,
girl
yeah,
together.
I know, yeah. That's my own girl.
I said,
Yeah.
he said, yeah, man, you know, all whatever between us, we family now. We can't.
Right.
I was so happy.
Right.
I was happy.
Yes, sir.
I said, wait, man, that's Aaron, Nook, all of them, you know.
So that's her brother. Yeah, you know, I know all her uncles was her brother, her uncles, all of them was
yeah.
It was up there in the Fruit Town, older than me.
Yeah. Good cat. Nook's a good dude.
Yeah,
We still chop it up from time to time, but it's imagine so far apart and then so close together.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, wow. I said, brother-in-law, you don't mess with your sister. You know, you don't mess with. He said, no, Adam and Rob, they got a little girl, Ernest. He showed me the first picture of my niece.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
All right, man. Shit, we gonna go to your house and look at more pictures, man.
Okay, brother.
For
Whenever
part
you're
3.
ready, you know the address.
This is
you know
White Boy Eric right here, y'all. Live on Skipp's TV.
on Skipp's TV, the one and only.